Picture this: the laugh-out-loud moments, the unforgettable characters, and the delightful chaos of Hyacinth Bucket's world. Keeping Up Appearances became a British television gem that captured the hearts of millions. But what happened to the iconic cast members who brought these characters to life? Today, we're diving deep into the then and now of the 10 most leading stars from the show. From the unforgettable Richard Bucket to the lovably awkward Elizabeth, we'll uncover what your favorite characters have been up to since the series wrapped in 1995. You won't believe where some of them ended up, and you'll be surprised by the twists and turns their lives took after the cameras stopped rolling. So grab a cup of tea, sit back, and let's take a trip down memory lane. The Keeping Up Appearances stars are about to surprise you like never before. Patricia Routledge as Hyacinth Bucket. Few TV characters are as instantly recognizable as the status-obsessed Hyacinth Bucket. Played by the brilliant Patricia Routledge, Hyacinth defined British comedy in the 1990s with her relentless social climbing and hilarious attempts to impress those around her. But long before Keeping Up Appearances made her a household name, Routledge was already a decorated performer. She made her professional stage debut in 1952, won a Tony Award in 1968 for Darling of the Day, and later earned an Olivier Award for Candide. Her film work includes To Sir with Love in 1967 and Don't Raise the Bridge, Lower the River in 1968. But it was her television career that cemented her legacy. By the 1980s, she starred in critically acclaimed monologues by Alan Bennett and Victoria Wood, earning a BAFTA nomination for Talking Heads, A Lady of Letters in 1988. Even after Keeping Up Appearances, Routledge continued to shine, taking on the lead role of Hetty Wainthrope Investigates and making guest appearances in various British productions. In 2017, she was made a Dame by Queen Elizabeth II for her contributions to entertainment and charity, a fitting honor for a woman whose career has spanned over 6 decades. At 95 years old, Patricia Routledge has stepped away from the spotlight, but her legacy as one of Britain's finest comedic actresses remains untouchable. Clive Swift as Richard Bucket. Behind every overbearing social climber is a long-suffering spouse, and Clive Swift played that role to perfection as Richard Bucket in Keeping Up Appearances. As Hyacinth's ever-patient husband, Richard was the ultimate straight man, offering quiet resistance while enduring his wife's constant schemes to climb the social ladder. But Swift's career was much bigger than just one role. A trained Shakespearean actor, Swift was part of the Royal Shakespeare Company and even appeared in the 1968 film version of A Midsummer Night's Dream, alongside legends like Diana Rigg and Helen Mirren. He became a familiar face in British television, starring in classic BBC productions such as The Stalls of Barchester, A Warning to the Curious, and The Barchester Chronicles. His film credits include playing Sir Ector in Excalibur in 1981, and he made 2 appearances in Doctor Who, though he famously didn't hold back his blunt opinions about the show in an interview. But Swift wasn't just an actor, he was also a songwriter, incorporating his music into live shows like Richard Bucket Overflows and Clive Swift Entertains, which toured the UK in the late 2000s. His last on-screen role came in Midsummer Murders in 2017, after which he retired. Sadly, Clive Swift passed away on February 1, 2019, at the age of 82, following a short illness. Though he's gone, his portrayal of Richard Bucket remains one of British comedy history's most beloved husband roles. Josephine Tewson as Elizabeth. If Hyacinth Bucket was the queen of social faux pas, then Josephine Tewson's Elizabeth Warden was the unfortunate royal subject caught in the crossfire. As Hyacinth's nervous yet kind-hearted neighbor in Keeping Up Appearances, Elizabeth often found herself sipping unwanted cups of tea and desperately trying not to spill them. Her subtle expressions and comic timing made her a fan favorite, perfectly balancing Hyacinth's over-the-top antics. Beyond Keeping Up Appearances, Tewson had an extensive career, appearing in Last of the Summer Wine from 2003 to 2010, and making guest appearances in classics like Midsummer Murders and Doctors. She was also a frequent collaborator with comedy legends Ronnie Barker and Ronnie Corbett, starring in The Two Ronnies. Tewson's love for performance continued until her later years. In 2012, she launched a one-woman show, Still Keeping Up Appearances, delighting audiences across the UK before retiring in 2019. Sadly, she passed away at Denville Hall, a retirement home for entertainment professionals, on August 18, 2022, at the age of 91. Despite her passing, her legacy in British comedy remains timeless, ensuring that Elizabeth Warden's tea-spilling mishaps will never be forgotten. Judy Cornwell as Daisy. Bringing warmth, humor, and just the right amount of cheekiness to Keeping Up Appearances, Judy Cornwell made Daisy one of the most beloved characters on British television. As the down-to-earth, romance-starved wife of the perpetually uninterested Onslow, Daisy's unshakable optimism and dreamy nature provided a perfect contrast to Hyacinth's social climbing. Her light-hearted, affectionate personality made her a fan favorite, proving that happiness isn't about status, but about embracing life's simple joys. In her younger years, Cornwell had a radiant charm with her lively expressions and expressive eyes, adding depth to her performances. She wasn't just Daisy. Her career spanned decades with notable roles in Doctor Who, Midsummer Murders, The Bill, and even EastEnders, where she played Queenie Trott. She also starred in films like Santa Claus, the movie, and Mad Cows. Even in her later years, Cornwell's passion for acting never faded. She took on the iconic role of Miss Marple in stage adaptations of Agatha Christie's mysteries, captivating audiences with her presence. Now 84 years old, she remains an admired figure in British entertainment, with fans still cherishing her unforgettable portrayal of Daisy. Though she's stepped away from the spotlight, her legacy in television and theater endures, proving that great performances never age. Geoffrey Hughes as Onslow. Few characters in British sitcom history are as effortlessly iconic as Onslow, the laid-back, beer-loving, vest-wearing husband of Daisy. Played to perfection by Geoffrey Hughes, Onslow was the ultimate contrast to Hyacinth's high society aspirations, unbothered, unpretentious, and always ready with a witty remark. His easygoing attitude and hilarious banter made him one of the most beloved characters in Keeping Up Appearances, proving that sometimes being yourself is far more enjoyable than keeping up with the Joneses. Before Keeping Up Appearances, Hughes was already a household name thanks to his decade-long role as Eddie Yeats in Coronation Street. He later found success as the equally lovable but rough around the edges Twiggy in The Royal Family, further cementing his status as a comedy legend. His career also extended to film, with appearances in Carry On at Your Convenience, Revenge, and even as the voice of Paul McCartney in Yellow Submarine. Unfortunately, Hughes' life took a difficult turn when he was diagnosed with prostate cancer in 1996. Though he continued acting for several more years, including a long run on The Royal Family, his illness eventually led him to retire. After a relapse, he passed away on July 27, 2012, at the age of 68. Though he's no longer with us, Geoffrey Hughes' legacy lives on through the countless fans who still laugh at Onslow's antics today. His ability to bring humor, heart, and authenticity to every role ensures that he remains one of British television's most cherished actors. Shirley Stelfox as Mary Miller. For fans of Keeping Up Appearances, the character of Rose, Hyacinth Bucket's flirtatious and free-spirited sister, was unforgettable. In the first series, the role was played by the incredibly talented Shirley Stelfox, whose take on Rose perfectly captured her bold and rebellious nature. However, after just one season, she left the show and was replaced by Mary Millar, who continued the role for the remainder of the series. Despite her short stint in Keeping Up Appearances, Shirley Stelfox was a seasoned actress with an extensive career in British television. She appeared in countless iconic series, including The Bill, Inspector Morse, Heartbeat, Brookside, and EastEnders. However, it was her long-running role as Edna Birch in the soap opera Emmerdale that truly cemented her legacy. From 2000 until her passing in 2015, she played the strict but complex village resident, earning a devoted fan following. Beyond television, Stelfox was also known for her work in theater and film, including Pat and Margaret, where she played alongside Julie Walters and Victoria Wood. In 2015, Stelfox was diagnosed with terminal cancer, and just 4 weeks later, on December 7th, she passed away at the age of 74. Though her time as Rose was brief, her impact on British television was anything but. Her decades-long career showcased her versatility from comedy to drama, leaving behind a body of work that continues to be celebrated by fans. David Griffin as Emmett Hawksworth. David Griffin brought charm and wit to the role of Emmett Hawksworth, the long-suffering brother of Elizabeth in Keeping Up Appearances. As a pianist and composer, Emmett's patience was constantly tested by Hyacinth Bucket, whose relentless and tone-deaf singing drove him to frustration. Griffin's portrayal of the reluctant neighbor added a sophisticated yet comedic touch to the show, making Emmett a fan favorite. Before Keeping Up Appearances, Griffin already had a strong career in British television and film. He appeared in the 1969 war classic Battle of Britain as Sergeant Pilot Chris and took guest roles in Doctor Who, Allo Allo, Dixon of Dock Green, and Z-Cars. His ability to balance drama and comedy made him a sought-after actor in the industry. After the series ended in 1995, Griffin continued to perform on stage, starring in The Good Sex Guide alongside Sue Pollard and taking on various pantomime roles, including Jack and the Beanstalk. In 2004, he made a nostalgic return to Keeping Up Appearances in the documentary Comedy Connections, sharing insights about his role as Emmett. His last credited screen appearance was in 2005 in Julian Fellowes Investigates, A Most Mysterious Murder. Now 81 years old, Griffin has largely stepped away from acting, but his portrayal of Emmett remains an unforgettable part of British comedy history. Jeremy Gittins as Michael. Graham Gittins is a familiar face in the world of British television, particularly known for his role as the Vicar in Keeping Up Appearances. His portrayal of the slightly exasperated yet tolerant clergyman who finds himself caught up in Hyacinth's over-the-top antics added a touch of dry humor to the show's ensemble. But Gittins' career stretches far beyond Keeping Up Appearances. He made appearances in some of the most iconic British sitcoms and dramas over the years. His notable television credits include guest spots in Doctor Who with Tom Baker, Tenko, Boone, A Touch of Frost, New Tricks, EastEnders as John Charrington, and Doctors. He even starred in Footballers' Wives in 2005, adding yet another memorable role to his impressive portfolio. Gittins also found success in sitcoms like Fresh Fields, Terry and June, Andy Capp, Blackadder Goes Forth, and The Upper Hand. His versatility across genres solidified his place in British television history. In more recent years, Gittins has appeared in the 2020 edition of Pointless and was part of the Keeping Up with Appearances 30 Years of Laughs special in 2023. At 69 years old, he remains a respected figure in the industry, with his legacy still marked by the laughter and fond memories he left in Keeping Up Appearances and beyond. Marion Barron as Vicar's wife. Marion Barron is best known for her role as the Vicar's wife in Keeping Up Appearances, where she played the timid yet occasionally fiery character who had a knack for handling Hyacinth Bucket's overwhelming nature. Her portrayal added a unique dynamic to the show, contributing to the ensemble of memorable characters that fans came to love. Barron's portrayal of the Vicar's wife perfectly complemented the other cast members, including Patricia Routledge and Josephine Tewson, making her a familiar face in British sitcoms of the era. Before her breakthrough role in Keeping Up Appearances, Barron's screen career began with a small role as a hotel receptionist in the successful sitcom Don't Wait Up, starring Nigel Havers and Tony Britton. This led to further opportunities, including appearances in Screen 2 and The Bill, which added to her resume. More recently, Barron has taken on roles in short films such as Number 13 in 2017 and Collision in 2019, both of which showcased her talent in dramatic roles. She also appeared in a special episode of This Time with Alan Partridge for comic relief in 2019, showing her versatility in comedy. In 2020, Barron appeared in the crime drama We Hunt Together, further demonstrating her ability to take on a variety of roles. At 66 years old, Marion Barron continues to make her mark in the world of television and film, with a career that spans both comedy and drama. Charmaine May as Mrs. Nugent. With her sharp wit and dignified presence, Charmaine May brought Mrs. Nugent to life in Keeping Up Appearances. As one of Hyacinth Bucket's acquaintances, she added layers of humor and class to the beloved sitcom. May's career spanned both television and film, making her a familiar face in British entertainment. She appeared in classic sitcoms like The Good Life and The Upper Hand, but many remember her as Miss Pershore in The Fall and Rise of Reginald Perrin in 1976. She also made her mark in fantasy series, playing Miss Pentagle in The Worst Witch and Professor Thunderblast in Weird Sister College. Her film career included Bridget Jones's Diary in 2001 and Highlander Endgame in the year 2000, proving her versatility beyond television. On stage, she dazzled audiences in The Importance of Being Earnest and 84, Charing Cross Road. Sadly, May passed away from cancer on October 24, 2002 at the age of 65. Though she's gone, her legacy in British comedy remains timeless. And there you have it, the incredible journeys of the Keeping Up Appearances cast, from beloved sitcom stars to fascinating new chapters in their lives. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel for more fascinating updates on your favorite TV stars. Hit the bell icon so you never miss out on exciting content like this. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.